Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My man, to the
Yeah,
grand.
that's right.
All right, man. We got some. Let's put this on the thing so everybody can see what we talking about today. We are talking about our black boys and men being hunted in the
Yeah.
USA. I had to, every episode that we do of this show, man, we do real topics. We do topics that's the elephants in the room. We do things that's the hard things to discuss. That's what I love about Vape Talks with the Ghost. I am your host, Ghost with the Most. And today I got one of my main brothers on, man. Damn.
Yeah.
It's been a it's, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been able to chop it up with my bro, man, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we go way back. Able to to talk these topics with you, bro. Without more ado, go ahead and tell the people, who you are, what your name is, where you from, you know what I'm saying, and yada yada. Let the people know who you are, bro.
Well, I'm well known, really. You know what I'm saying? I stay in Atlanta. I'm CP. I'm from the town, E-town that is. You know what I mean? Consider to be north side of the Chi. You know, we from the same hood, same block. But I've been down here in the
Mm-hmm.
A, since like 2004. You know what I mean? You know, there
Search.
ain't nothing going on, man. Just some legitimate hustling going on. A lot of money getting. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And a whole lot of getting out the
yes, sir.
way. A whole lot of staying out the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Steve. Yes, sir. My man, we talk about this shit offline all the time. We always compare notes and yada yada on, what's going on in the community, what's going on in the days and times. And although we love to talk and joke around and talk a lot of shit about what's going on, in this case we got a serious topic we're gonna bring up. This is a serious topic we gonna talk about, but we're gonna have fun with it at the same time. We like to enlighten the kids out there, the youth. We got a lot of youth following us. CP always has a lot of motherfuckers, that looks up to you, that's trying to mold themselves after you as well. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yo, are black boys and men being hunted in the USA? Because CP, man, the thing about this shit that people don't understand is that, you know, especially if you're looking at this as a warfare, when you want to destroy a community, the best way to destroy the community is to catch the kids while they're young. You know what I mean? You catch them while they're young before they get older, where they can actually get real combative, where they can actually, make a difference, so to speak. When you're old niggas can't do too much. We old, lower back is fucked up. Niggas ain't ready to throw hands as much. Niggas more on some peaceful
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigga might get away with stepping on your shoe in the club or something. Nigga might get away with doing some disrespectful shit here and there.
Yeah.
And we gonna get past because nigga, we in our late 30s. Niggas is about to push. Niggas is pushing
Yeah.
40. We ain't got time to be playing with your ass. You might just get this Mac 10 or this motherfucking Glock
Gonna
Gizzy
get that.
or this
Gonna
motherfucking
get that.
but you know what I'm saying? You might get that because we ain't young no more. But to get to the community and to destroy the community properly, you got to get them young kids before they even get grown, so that you can stop the combativeness that could happen and the control that could happen.
Right. So,
So on that note, are black men and are black boys being hunted in the USA? In your opinion?
okay, in my opinion, I'm gonna say this right here. the way that I've been viewing a lot of stuff, bro, it's like it's a two-way street because for one, my nigga, we are our own enemies as black people. You know what I'm saying? And I be seeing a lot of shit on the internet where us as people we come out and we're outspoken about what other races do to black folks, what other races think about us as black folks. But what we fail to
Mm-hmm.
realize is the shit that we do to ourselves publicly. You know what I'm saying? And the image that we put out as black folks to the world. We show that we are the most undivided. And this is this is our major weakness when it comes down to us being attacked. You see what I'm saying? Like we open up so many doors. We leave so many windows open for the enemy to creep in and attack us easily as people. You see what I'm saying? Because we automatically show dysfunction, we show ignorance, we show dividedness. You see what I'm saying? Um, but black men being taunted. I had made a stat about a week ago where I was like, the laws in America ain't designed for niggas to be free. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
Right.
what I meant by that was if you go back to when that nigga Emmett Till got fucking killed, bro. You know what I'm saying? When they
Okay.
say he whistled at the white woman
Mm-hmm.
and shit somewhere down in Mississippi, but he's from Illinois. He was just vacating down there and they
Right.
killed him because they say he whistled at a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Since
Mm-hmm.
then to now, of course, laws have been tweaked, but they tweaked the laws around those laws that went for white folks back then. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we've always been like the minority for forever time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like niggas will be quick to catch a life sentence for killing another nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But a group of
Mm-hmm.
niggas won't make that same sacrifice to goddamn, I'm not going to say kill, but to stand up. You see what I'm saying? To stand up for your own race, your own kind, your own family. You know what I'm saying? And that's where shit gets kind of twisted with me. And that's the shit that I ain't really never just figured out just yet. You know what I mean? Because it's weird.
Yeah.
Very.
Well, CP. So I'm with you on all that. Definitely agree on a lot of those points, man. But what I want to ask you is this. So yeah, definitely, and even going back on that point that you said about as far as the Emmett Till case, right? So when the way I put all this together, when we're talking about being hunted, that's one of the main things I definitely see as far as hunting these black boys and black men. Um, when we're talking hunting, we're talking about specifically going after somebody for a specific reason,
Right.
right? So you go back to even before Emmett Till, you go back to Jim Crow
Right.
because we're not even going to go to slavery about it. Slavery was a whole nother historical massacre that was going on. But number one, you got to know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of times, what we're dealing with is European caveman mentality. And with that mentality, this is what they know. And this is what I try to tell a lot of people all the time. Like, I'm like, yo, look, why are y'all surprised? Like, this is how they conquer countries. This is how they conquer areas. This is what they do. They will, and listen, forget about it. People keep talking about thinking about how fucked up it was in slavery and how they use all these torture tactics and how they were eating people and all that. Bro, they had the medieval times. They was doing that shit to themselves too. These motherfuckers was eating each other. They had their skulls they were drinking blood out of. If you go back and look at the medieval time and see some of the fucking torture chambers and torture devices they used to kill each other. This is white on white crime, by the way. A
Yeah.
lot of people like to always talk about black on white crime. Listen, there's every nationality is killing themselves.
Yep.
Every nationality does it. The blacks is doing it. The Hispanics is doing it. Look at the cartels. I don't never hear nobody talking about Mexican on Mexican crime. Them motherfuckers will cut your head off and put your ass on a fucking one of the street lights out there. They'll have
Yeah.
they will take,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll take a video of you and send you to your family, getting your hands cut off and all that. So, I mean, I don't hear anybody else with that notion. But at the same time, in the USA, I don't see any other race being hunted. And hunted meaning just black kids is just getting killed left and right here,
Yeah.
bro. Like this shit is getting serious. This shit is not. This is past and like you said. See the Emmett Till days and all that. Like see this in those cases, I blame the parent. You know, I'm sorry to say, I blame the
Okay.
parent.
Okay. So,
Why the hell would you?
so real quick, not to cut you off, but when you say you blame the parent, in what aspect though?
Okay, let me break it down. So I blame it in this. So check it out. And this is the same shit that's going on right now. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna wrap all of this into it with one big thing. Staying alert, staying aware, staying vigilant. Right now, there is a war, and there's always been a war on blacks. So you got the war that was from slavery days. That was war on blacks, right? They was breaking your ass down, making you a slave. Okay. After they had that, then they had the war on blacks with the Jim Crow law, where they didn't want you to integrate. They was flat out just trying to get rid of you out of the education system and yada yada, right? They want to take America back in and get your ass out of there, back to Africa or wherever the hell they could get you. They were murdering, they were hunting black people in these successful towns that they had. So that's Jim Crow law. Now you leave Jim Crow era and you into pretty much like all of this eras after Jim Crow law. And basically, same shit. We still getting haunted in some type of way. Now the leading case is police brutality. Police brutality is the biggest hunting mechanism used against black kids and black men, right? You got the women
Now,
too.
see, I'm gonna tell you something about. Now,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you something about why that is popular. Because the way that the government system is designed in America when it comes down to police brutality on black people, dog, is really
Mm-hmm.
designed for. It's like they. It's like they kind of give cops the same rights as Jesus Christ, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? And I
Right.
don't want to compare
Mm-hmm.
God's name to nothing that's immortal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're talking about on a street lingo, stain. Like these boy got stain God, like stain like God. Like they can go murk somebody. They can utilize uh this law OCGA XYZ, you know what I'm saying, 24/7/99 to get away with killing this guy right here. I'm just gonna throw a name out there on an example like John Carter, you know what I'm saying, because his windows was too black. He was going for his license, but the cops say he was going for a strap. Murdered the dude after the investigation, find no strap, but still somehow find something in law somewhere, you know what I'm saying, to give him give that cop like a passageway to walk anyway.
Are those black cops or are those just white cops?
Okay,
Because I
well
saw cases
now
of black
now
where they hold
now
accountable.
that's a good question. Now I seen a documentary, bro, of a black kid. I forget. I think it was in Florida somewhere. I want to say it was a documentary I seen of a kid in Jacksonville, Florida, and apparently a white woman got murdered at a hotel walking outside with her husband. Apparently it was two dudes, but they arrested this kid that just left home, had nothing to do with the crime at all. I forget the name of it. But the main cop that was doing the intimidating, beating the kid ass in the woods and shit, drug his ass in the woods, beat the fuck out of him, was another nigga. He was a cop. Had documentation, like paperwork on him to make him like sign his name on some shit that he didn't even understand he was fucking signing. You know what I mean? While the white cops was in the parking lot acting like they were looking for fucking clues and evidence and bullet holes, I mean bullet shells and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But the nigga got the little black kid in the woods punching him out, beating him up, you know what I mean? Pretty much making this young kid say he was the one who shot this white lady. In actuality, he really just left home. You see what I'm saying? So in the South, they call them monkey niggas down here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Tom's and shit.
They call
Yeah, facts.
black.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's a monkey ass nigga. You know what I mean? Because goddamn, he will go to this extent on his
But
own
what?
people for no reason at all, only because he's claiming he's standing behind something that he really doesn't even understand. He's just
Right.
standing behind some shit
When
that the
he was
white man done handed him on paper and said, "Look, this is your oath, this is your pledge. You're going to stand behind this. Here's your gun." You know what I'm saying? And that's all you. At that point, you're manipulated. Because how many black cops do you know come to the hood and say, "Hey, look here, I'm not out here for trouble, man. Look here, I'm trying to see how we could put something together like a community drive or X, Y, Z," and then these folks goddamn convinced the mayor to fund this shit. You know what I'm saying? But their faces on that movement. You never seen that. You see what I'm saying? You know.
yeah. And on top of that, you don't are they able to do the same shit that they're doing to these black boys to white kids? Are they punching out a white boy out there and framing him?
Nah.
No. So this goes back to what you're saying about the hunt for black boys, the hunt on black boys and black men, because you got to go back to even with police. Police started as slave catchers. You know, that's their origin. The origin story of a fucking police officer is a slave catcher, which were white. But they also had black slave catchers too. And they were only allowed to go catch black slaves. They were not allowed to put their hands on no white man, no white woman. They couldn't, if they saw them doing a crime, they couldn't do shit about it.
Yeah.
They could only police up black people.
Yeah.
So that goes back to that. But now let me just touch back before I forget that point on when we were talking about Emmett Till. So when I said like the parent thing, this, and I'm not saying that we should have to do this, but this is the world we live in. You got to take precautions.
Yeah.
With that case, obviously, what happened to him, I'm blaming, and when I say the family, I'm going even down to his uncle that allowed them to come in the
Yeah.
house and take Emmett out of
Right.
there. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like these are steps that I'm saying. Like we have to be willing to die for something. God
Yeah.
damn it! If it ain't for you, if it ain't for the cause, it should be for the family at
Yeah.
least. If you, first off, the mom should never sent him down there during that time, that era where black boys were being haunted, and let's put it like this: haunted, and on top of that, situations that you could be put in, because we all found out later on down the road that the white woman who accused him of this shit was fucking
Yeah, she was
lying.
lying.
She
Yeah, she
lied.
lied.
Never did with her. He never did a fucking thing to her. He just was in the fucking store, and this kid ends up getting brutally murdered, savagely murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and done all this for nothing. He didn't even do shit. So, you know, the mom could have stopped it with not sending him out there during that time frame. No, I don't care how mad you get, and I understand mom's trying to make their son. I mean, we can look at it on the empathy route as well, but I'm saying you got to look at it on the logical route.
Now,
You know, goddamn well that this time
you got
can't do
but
that.
you got to think about this too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the mind operates the way the mind always operates, regardless of whatever time of day we're
Yeah.
living in. A parent is going to do the best that they can. I mean, like us as black people, we do the best that we can to like govern our children to the best of our abilities, but at the same time, we still allow um things to get experienced with our children in crazy times that we live in. Like, you know, I can't really just blame okay,
Would you let your kid during that time frame? Would you let your kid go to fucking where was that at?
Mississippi.
Mississippi that he went down there
Yeah,
with too?
Mississippi.
Would you let your being from Chicago, being a Chicago native, would you let your kid go to fucking Mississippi during that fucking time
Well, you do know he was there
by his
by himself to visit family. Um,
to visit a family that he hadn't even seen that often? This is not like they see each other every motherfucking weekend. This is some like, hey, go down. I want to go down there and see my cousins and shit off the bat. This is Mississippi we talking about.
understandable.
Jim Crow fucking.
But you got to let me show you something. His situation was a freak accident. I'm gonna be honest with you,
But
and
would
I'm not saying
would
and I'm not
you
saying
know?
freak accident like oh my god, but it was a oh my god. Had that kid would have went to the store 30 minutes later, he'd still probably be dead now, but goddamn, just off of whatever reasons, but
Yeah,
he'd still lived in those days and times and would have still made it back home because look, he had family that was living there and they were still living. You see what I'm saying? He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, bro, and got accused like he was at the wrong place at the wrong time during those times.
So was lynching not happening? And in Mississippi, they warned him that his cousins warned him that motherfuckers be doing that all the time out there. It wasn't
But them
just him.
niggas was getting
Emmett
away.
Till is
But
just
them niggas was getting away.
yeah. No, they were getting killed. They were getting lynched and fucked up.
But his cousins,
just nobody cared. They were in Mississippi.
but his cousins, if they were able to live to tell somebody else what's going on, that means them niggas knew how to survive that shit.
Right. Because they're from there. That's what I'm saying. If they come, when you're from a place, you kind of adapt and know the rules.
Okay, facts.
This kid comes down there from Chicago.
Okay, so let me show you something.
This is what I'm saying.
Cool.
Why would
So look, we're from Chicago. Both of us. We're from the same hood. And you know how we grew up, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the city that we are from, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We've witnessed a lot of out-of-towners come in our ghettos, bro. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of those people are family to us or, family to friends of ours. You know what I'm saying? But guess what, though? Those individuals that came to our neighborhoods, our ghettos and shit like that, guess what? Them niggas got the manuscript. Them niggas got the demo. Them niggas got the business on what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, that country ass shit you got going on, we ain't doing that shit up here because niggas checking you about the way you wear your hat. Niggas goddamn pushing up. Niggas up here 9 years old, don't give a fuck if you 25, 26, nigga, think you tough. They checking that shit. You see what I'm saying? That's the genre of where we're from. So that's everywhere, bro. Nobody goes somewhere where they have family in the state that they're not from and they do not get the demographics of how their motherfucking neighborhood or community is being operated. It just doesn't happen like that, bro. That nigga got the rundown. Not saying he was wrong, but
I'm talking about the era of time. So check this out. In this case, you're absolutely right on that. That's a point. But I'm talking more deeper on this. In the case of when there was an issue between that O Block and the 63rd guys, right? The GDs and the BDs, when they had a war going on. With that war going on, would you allow your kid, if you was living in Atlanta and your kid's in Atlanta, would you allow your kid to go on either 63rd or O Block during that war time frame when they were at war? Okay, that's situational awareness. That's understanding that it is at an all-time high where you could get caught up in some shit. This is what I'm saying about the accountability portion of it. Yeah, we know that, like you said, like, okay, when there's no wars going on, you're going to brief your people that come out there, hey, don't be cocking your hat this way or that way, unless you know what neighborhood you in and that it's all well where you at. So that's pretty costly. But when there is a hiding thing in Mississippi during that time, niggas was getting lynched. The fact that they could just walk in their house.
It ain't funny, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't funny, but you.
You know what I'm saying? In the fact that a nigga could just, a fucking caveman can bombard his way in your house and take somebody the fuck out and just kill that motherfucker and nothing happens. Like, bro, I'm not sending nobody that I even know. I'm not sending a homie down there. Bro, to this day, I will never go to Mississippi, Arkansas, all these fucking places that I hear still got basically Jim Crow fucking laws there. Sundown.
So let me ask you a question. So, like, do you think it'd be safe to say that niggas are pussy?
Okay.
No,
I would say
flat
this.
out. Do you think niggas are pussy?
I wouldn't say that. I would say niggas are not organized.
No.
Niggas are not organized.
I ain't going for that. Niggas are very organized. To be honest with you, that's why they do what they do to us, because they know that we are the most dominant. So I can't go for that now.
I think they know that if you get organized. So you take it back to the back in the days. You got Martin Luther King, who was organized, right, with the marching. You got Malcolm X that was organized with the Nation of Islam. When you're not organized, you don't have the strength in numbers. Gangs are not organized, bro. That's why you got niggas doing shit that's from this set that's violating his own set. It's not organized. But back in the day, the Jeff Fords, the Larry
Yeah.
Hoovers, it's organized.
Yeah.
So when you don't have organization, then it leads to you getting your ass bombarded. See, they weren't organized. If Emmett Till had went down there to Mississippi and his uncle was on some real gangster shit, his fucking cousins was on some gangster shit, two fucking cavemen are not coming in the house with shotguns and taking one of us out. You're going to have to take us off.
Yeah.
And we shooting your ass through the fucking door. Because this would have been a whole different trial. This would have been a trial about us murdering this nigga coming to get Emmett Till.
I'm gonna show you
That's the organization.
I'm gonna show you some crazy shit right now to cut you off, right? And we just building, bro. It's a lot of people that know my story as far as goddamn, me being in prison and shit like that down here in Georgia or whatnot. And I did some time. But see, I'm gonna tell you some shit that I had to really like learn and grow into while I was doing my time in confinement, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being from where I'm from,
Yeah.
being from where I'm from, everything's diverse. You know what I'm saying? In our generation anyway. You got black folks hang out with white folks, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the best of friends, nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I moved down south though, bro, everything is completely different. It's like a lot of racism still goes on to this day at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? That shit is
Oh, yeah.
bad, gang. But I got more of a wilder understanding of it when I was like enclosed with these niggas, bro, from the south. You know what I'm saying? It's like a white dude can't stand a chance in prison down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
the niggas' minds be so tweaked out. Not every nigga, but like the older niggas that's been locked up like 30 years, they'll go fuck with the white man because they can't stand the white man's skin. They can't stand the white man nothing. So the older
Yeah.
niggas that's like 60, 70 years old, still able to goddamn maneuver like they doing, they raping the white boys and shit like that because that's their way of revenge because they already got it in their mind that prison is niggas' territory. You see what I'm saying? And that's their way of get back down here. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen some shit, but you see and don't see, you hear and don't hear.
Yeah.
So I used to just peep game like, damn, this shit really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is really hateful when it come down to white people in general. Mexicans, they got their own little community, and you never see Asian motherfuckers in prison. You never see that. You would never catch a Japanese nigga in chain gang. You won't catch an Asian motherfucker in chain gang. It's always gonna be white boys, niggas, Mexicans. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But they got some white prisons like they got some white prisons where they fucking with the niggas at. Like that's just depending on who running that area's prison.
Well,
So each location, you might go to Cali and the Mexicans is running over there. I hear over there's a couple prisons over there. The Mexicans is running it, so they fucking over the niggas. That's just a case of the location, and when you got a bunch of motherfuckers caged in there who had their own issues. That's a personal issue, like you said. Motherfucker in there for 30 plus years, and they probably got framed or probably got did wrong by some white motherfucker on the outside. Now they got an issue.
forever.
Yada
They're gonna
yada.
die that way.
But the case that I'm talking about is that same type of mentality does not correlate in the streets because you get in the streets and you got black people who they're willing to fight another black motherfucker, but then when it's a group of neo-Nazis or when it's a group of fucking MAGAs or a group of fucking Proud Boys, they can't have that same energy towards them. And that's what I mean about organization, man. Like, and that's what the caveman's fear is. The fear is that you will get organized. Like you got a bunch of like the niggas you talking about this over there in that prison that was getting down on them. Their fear is that niggas all start thinking like that and start ramshacking every motherfucker that they see.
Yeah.
That's the fear. So, when we're saying hunted though, I think the black boys are being hunted at this young age. And we got statistics on here as let's start with the most current one that everybody is talking about, right? So again, this is what I mean about even in that case. Number one, I don't go where I'm not wanted. And black people got to start getting this through their head. In places that you not wanted, in places that you are the minority, get the fuck away from there. Especially in these times. In every era, you've been hunted. In my opinion, black boys, black men have been getting hunted and also black women. Okay, but in this specific topic, we just dealing with the boys and the men because I know the numbers is way more.
Higher.
It's way more black boys and black being
We're
hunted
the
right now,
dominators. We're the ones who
right?
reproduce, help reproduce. So yeah,
We want to help. So we're being targeted the most. Now, in this case of that guy, of the kid, okay, Carmelo Anthony. So
yeah,
with Carmelo Anthony, man, you look at the case that first of all, he's in a predominant white school, right? It wasn't a balanced school. This one white dude, and then I got me 3 or 4 black dudes that's with me. No, it's like 2 or 3 token niggas probably walking around there. They want to be white probably
yeah,
anyway.
facts.
So you're in a situation. You know what I'm saying? You're in a situation, and this is when I always go back again to the parents. I'm not putting my fucking kid
Yeah,
in a predominantly school where it's not equally mixed with the races. I don't want him even in an all black school either. Like I want you
yeah,
to be in some diversity
yeah.
just so you can learn how to operate around
Right,
motherfuckers, right?
right.
But you damn sure not fit in a minority. Hell no. So that's the first mistake. Then number 2, why don't motherfuckers get it? If somebody don't want you in the area, and if they don't want you in their area, motherfucker tell you, this my tent. Fuck your tent. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, unless this is a tent that I have created and I have set up, my people's in here, and you coming over here trying to kick me out of it, now we got some problem.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
this is your shit, I'm just walking around, this your shit, I don't understand why motherfuckers want to be around somebody like that. Like that, to me, that's, I don't get it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. But from my understanding, dog, is the dad started taking off in his career, and his bread and his bag got in a situation to the point where he could afford to move his family in a better location. It's how the shit even started.
Right.
Him and even in that environment. And me personally, dog, I don't knock a nigga who is at an all-time high for success. I would want that for my kid. You will want that for yours as well. You see what I'm saying? So, and because this is some shit that I had told you, I want to say probably 2 weeks ago when the shit was all crumbling. I told you, I said, now, first and foremost, I know for a fact, dog, like, shit just don't happen overnight, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga didn't
Right.
go to no fucking track meet
The bill.
today with a knife on him on GP today. Out of all days, today he got a banger on him. You know what I'm saying? And then him and the white boy have an altercation. You know what I mean? And then he whacked the white boy up with the banger, and then all of a sudden, goddamn, niggas is looking like, okay, he fucking died off one stab wound. You know what I'm saying? No. What's been going on is them folks been goddamn, them folks really been smelling on that nigga ass since the day he walked up in that motherfucking schoolhouse, and they really been trying to figure out a way. Him and his brother in particular been the main ones fucking with the man. And you already know, after time, just us as niggas, us as black folks, bro, a motherfucker can goddamn be having words with a nigga back and forth goddamn for oh so long before niggas start grabbing them straps or grabbing them knives or grabbing some type of weaponry. When I see this nigga, it's a potential to pop because I'm to the point where, man, I'm tired of fucking with that shit, man. Something got to happen at this shit. It's time to pop now, bro. It's too much of this going on.
Yeah,
The boy was being bullied, bro. The
absolutely.
boy was being bullied, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Bottom line,
absolutely.
Ray Charles see through that shit because niggas ain't just taking no weapon. Niggas ain't just taking weaponry to school on this one particular day. He wasn't feeling like Rambo, like he was finna just bust a nigga on GP. No, he ain't even seen like that. He don't even know nothing about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, dog. That man was
yep.
fucking with that boy,
And
man, and he had goddamn got tired of
yeah,
it. And I really feel like the little nigga was in the boy tent, goddamn, just so that way. I'm not gonna say that he was like engaging in it to happen, but you never know in today's generation the way these kids think today, dog. It's in a whole nother league, my boy. They don't give a fuck, not the first.
so to go back, this is why I started with my accusation of the issue with Emmett Till, right? A lot of these situations can be stopped if we take, I get it. You want to move your kids to a better area, better school. You got 2 things that you're dealing with. You got the dominant society who is always going to win because they are the dominant society. Then you got the other end of the spectrum where it's like, okay, yeah, you got the gang violence, you got the, the general normal like drugs and drama that goes with, being in high school and being a kid, right? You got two of these things that you have to do as a father, as a mother. You have to realize that the situation you put this kid in could be detrimental to them. At the end of the day, I'm not sending my kids to no predominantly white school. At the end of the day, the dominant society is always going to win. Anytime, bro, there's not been any era where it's been safe for a black kid to be in a predominantly white fucking anything. A fucking school, a movie theater, bro, we have to get into realization. This is why I keep telling people a lot of times when I talk to them, do you understand who you're dealing with? You're not dealing with, it's easier when you're dealing with your own, because in that case, it's going to be an equal fair fight. If he has stabbed up another black boy, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. They would have found some type of reason to be able to say he was doing self-defense.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation because of the dominant society. Those two savages, they're not kids, they're fucking bullies.
Yeah.
Those two bullies, those savages, those cavemen, they were bullying that kid probably. On top of, like you said, on top of bullying, he probably has mentioned or not been able, because his father might have been too busy or whatever, whoop-de-whoop. He did not handle the situation and nip it in the bud before. But you should be able to tell your kid when they got some stress on him. I'm sure this kid was stressed.
Yeah, for sure.
He was stressing.
Yeah, because he spends every day inside that school. That school is his occupation. He goes there every day. He's there. It's like he practically lives there. You know, so yeah, most definitely.
He's stressed. So in these situations, man, if you're gonna throw your kids to the wolves, then make sure you heavily guarding them. Make sure they don't get ass in this type of predicament. Emmett Till would be alive today if his mom never sent him. He would be alive today if his uncle went fucking Rambo when they came to bring him out the fucking house.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. We have to protect because we are being hunted.
Niggas gotta quit running.
You look at
niggas gotta quit running, bro. That's period.
Gotta stop running.
Guys gotta quit running.
Stop running.
Dog.
Stick your ground. Then let's look at this other case. So that's that one, right? Let's look at the Chinese guy, Chow, the Chow case, where he ends up, the Asian guy, it's a young black boy, walks in the store. Already he gets racially profiled as soon as he walks in.
Yeah.
When he walks in, the owner's wife tells him to take his fucking backpack off. At this point, I'm leaving. Fuck you. Yeah. I don't want to purchase anything in your store.
Now wait a minute.
When you tell me to take,
wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now. It's like general law in stores, my nigga. Like if you go in any store, you got to take your bag off, or if you walk in with a bag, you got to leave your bag up front with the cashier to prevent the speculation or the thought of a nigga stealing. So in that aspect, I understand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, hell yeah. You can't walk in the store with a bag from another store. Like, even though you're not, you might got 5-10 bands in your pocket, but you might have just left one store from grabbing some shit right quick, and you might be walking into like another store to grab just 2-3 items, and you actually going in there to buy shit. But them folks make you leave your bag. They make you leave your bag like up front, like by the cashiers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Until you're done shopping in their store, and to prevent you being accused of theft or even being harassed as if you're a thief. Because you already know when a person walks in the store with a bag, my nigga, you automatically suspect if you walking around that motherfucking store with that bitch and you still shopping.
Yeah.
That's just automatic.
So check it out. So they cannot legally force you to check your bag against your will.
No, they can't.
The store has the right, so they had a right to refuse you. This is for the people out there. We like to fact point this shit. So check it out. Yes. Can stores make you leave your bag at the front? Yes. A private property, stores can legally require you to leave your bag at the front or place it in the locker as a condition of entry, primarily to prevent theft and protect merchandise, just like you said. Because this rule applies to private property, store management holds the ultimatum say on how their premises are run. However, several key factors dictate how these rules work. Conditions of entry. If a store has clearly posted policy, I've went in plenty stores with a backpack on, bro. I'm a fucking backpacker, dude. So if I go in a store with a backpack on, what the fuck is you talking about? Take my backpack off. No.
That
Just
nigga say,
fuck you and your store.
that nigga say, I'm a backpacker, dude.
I'm a fucking backpacker, dude. Most of the time you see me walk in the store, I got a fucking face pack on. I got a backpack. I got some type of bag to hold my shit in. And I shouldn't have to take it the fuck off.
Yeah, fact.
So it says conditions of entry. Now, here's the thing. If a store has a clearly posted policy requiring bags to be checked at the entrance, you agree to these terms by choosing to walk in. If you do not agree, you are free to refuse and shop somewhere else. What the fuck did I just say? I come in this place and I got to take my backpack off. Fuck you, dude. I'm leaving. Because I understand that this all says this shit, right? So check this out. Refusing service. While they cannot legally force you to check your bag against your will, the store has the right to refuse you entry or service if you do not comply, right? If you refuse to leave the store after being asked, you could face trespassing charges. Okay, we get that. But check this out. Non-discrimination. Bag policies must be applied consistently to all customers. This is the non-discrimination part of it because that's my angle. If I got to check my bag in, motherfucker, everybody coming in here better check bags in. Everybody better check bags in. Not just me. And I saw on that camera, and I'm pretty sure it's been others that came in there with bags of other nationalities that have not had to take their backpack off. And that's why it's important to be aware of your surroundings. It's important to feel. It's important to know, like, if I come in a store and you watching me, I'm leaving. I'm finding another store. We got to get more pride about ourselves, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. We got to get more pride about ourselves. If somebody don't want you in a store or they watching you or they following you, get the fuck out of there. You're going to save yourself the hassle. Now, this is not to say that we should have to do this. We shouldn't have to, but we should have to do a lot of things. And we have to do it because this is the fucking world we live in. Non-discrimination. Bag policies must be applied consistently to all customers. If a store selectively targets specific demographics, groups to check their bags based on race, age, or gender, it can violate civil rights or anti-discriminational laws. We got to have sense of pride. That's the other thing. Have sense of pride. If you come in a store, let's take the bag shit out of it. First off, because there was numerous of things that would have pissed me the fuck off. And I'm talking about at any age. I don't care what age you at. This would have pissed me off. Number one, he was required to take his fucking backpack off. Soon as he walked in a rude way, take your bag off. Okay, hold on, bitch. You're talking to me crazy right now.
At this point, I'm offended.
I'm offended. It's already a hostile territory. You just turned this place. I'm here to spend money. You just turned this into a hostile situation now. You're telling me take my bag off. Yeah. Okay, I'll take my bag off. Now you fucking following me around the store. I look up here. You acting like you putting cookies and shit up. We all saw the movies. We know how Asians do. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. Yeah. You know I'm saying we know their culture, and shit. Especially with,
all in the deep freezer and shit.
Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and pay. Hurry up and pay. We already know how these motherfuckers do in our community. We know. We know how they do in our fucking community. So already, that's number one. You already insulted me with the bag. Now, a nigga like me, I'm going to sit here and make sure you better check. Any motherfucker come in here with a bag, they ass better have a bag on. Number one, you don't have nothing posted out on that store. I guarantee you, they don't have nothing posted in front of their store saying you got to check your bag in or that you got to take your bag off. That's number one. You already don't even have it posted. So, you know, in Chicago, especially Chicago, you go different places. They say no hoodies, no ski masks. No ski masks. They got they got all these precautions up so that you know when you walk to this store, okay, I got to take all this shit off or else I can't come in here.
It says no shoes, no shirt, no service.
There you go. Yeah. Exactly.
That That's at a lot of stores for sure. Bless you.
Yeah, that's like clubs too, bro. Clubs is the same way. Clubs, they'll tell you no white tees, no this or that. You know what I'm saying? Or no entry. But
Yeah.
some motherfuckers just don't listen and still put themselves in a predicament. This is you're putting yourself in a predicament. Now, in this case, they didn't have none of that, but their attitude, their way they was treating this kid as soon as he walked in was hostile. They already was they already were racially profiling him because he was black. They
Yeah.
already suspected that he was going to steal something as soon as he fucking walked in. He was doomed. Okay? Now, again,
Yeah.
strength in numbers. Why are you around? This is what I'm saying. Black boys are being hunted because what happened after that? He gets chased by 3 fucking people of Asian descent that was in that store. So it's not 3 black people that chased him down. 3 Asians traced him down and shot him in the fucking back and killed this kid.
So now you do understand that there's a gap there, right? Before you made it to that point. Like you went from the entry of the store of what could have been an issue to being chased. So what happened in that gap though to lead to the chase? He was told to take the bag off. Okay, and then what?
Okay, so after he was told to take the bag off, he went to go get the waters. He went shopping. He went to get the bottles of water. He left the bag, then he went to get the waters. When he went to get the waters, he changed his mind. He didn't want to fucking buy the waters. He probably felt this bitch in the back of him staring him down, and he got uncomfortable. So he put the water bottles back, probably dawned on him, you know what? Fuck these guys, I'm out of here. You know, he puts the water
Yeah.
bottles back. They still accuse him of stealing water bottles. They tell him that he has water bottles in his hoodie, in his pocket. He tells them,
Yeah,
no, I don't
man.
have anything in my pocket. They jump across the thing and start trying to physically touch him, and he ends up taking off running. As he ends
Yeah.
up taking off running out of the store, the father comes out with a gun that he has on him and shoots him in the back, kills him.
Oh man.
Chase this guy. They chased this poor kid damn near a mile or a half a mile or something, man. Like some shit off a movie, dude. Like,
That's crazy. That's way too long.
like, bro, you're not even, and then you're not even supposed to chase nobody, even if he had stole something. When they leave the store, you
Yeah.
cannot pursue them anymore. That's a law. You cannot pursue them anymore. So at this point, you on your own merit just running out to kill this kid. Because
Yeah.
come
And that
on,
is
even
law.
if you got up on him, you know what I'm saying? So you're
That's law.
hunting,
That
you're
is law. You
hunting that
cannot
now.
chase.
Cannot chase. So already you're out of the legal term. You're doing something illegally, and then guess what? The guy beats the case. He gets off on the case. There's I guess it's self defense. How is it self defense when he wasn't being threatened? The
He
kid
wasn't
was
a
being
threat. He
threatened.
wasn't
You
a
know what I
threat.
mean?
Yeah, he
But
wasn't a threat. Yeah.
he wasn't a threat. So that's another case of being hunted. Another one that I just was looking at is Rashim Carter. He's a native of Fayette, Mississippi. See, again, these are places I don't go. These are places at
Hey,
39 years old.
remind me,
You're
dog.
not going to catch me
Remind
in
me.
Mississippi.
Hey, remind me to never go to Mississippi. Cause I heard that they be hanging
Bro,
niggas after dark and shit. Like they got like niggas got curfew
bro,
down there, dog. Like still to this day,
bro,
like
it's,
if you go out after 9 o'clock, nigga, you gonna get hung. I don't never want to go down there, bro.
they call those, they call those sundown towns, and they got them all over, bro. They got them in Texas. They got them in fucking Georgia. They got them all over, dude. They got them up in northern parts of Illinois and shit, too. These are sundown. Oh, yeah,
Springfield is
of
real
course.
historical as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of nigga killing going on down there if they can goddamn slide one or two for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So in this case, man, Rashim Carter, a native of Fayette, Mississippi, was working as a contracted welder in Georgia Pacific plant in Taylorsville, Mississippi. That shit sounds racist. Taylorsville,
Yeah.
Mississippi. That shit sounds like a spot trying to be living in. Look at the other guy. He got dragged and killed in Jasper, Tech. Jasper. That shit sounds racist. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Jasper, Texas. Like, come on. These places. Don't live in these places. Yeah, what are you doing? Wake up. Why are you living in a place called Jasper, a place called Taylorsville? This shit sounds racist. October 1st, and Carter went to the Taylorsville Police Department twice begging for assistance and a ride because he feared for his life. So this kid ran to the fucking devil. We know that the police is behind most of these killings. Those downtowns that we're talking about, those are ran by the police, or those police are going to turn their necks when something happened to your ass. You could be getting fucked up and they're not going to help you. They're the biggest part of the issue. His family states that the police refused to help him because his hotel was outside their jurisdiction. Carter called and texted his mother, Tiffany Carter, stating that he was being actively chased and targeted by 3 trucks filled with racist white men trying to kill me, who were shouting racial slurs. He vanished immediately after. A month later, on November 2nd, 2022, the first of his remains were discovered in a heavily wooded area of south of Taylorville. Over the next several months, multiple additional sets of his remains were found scattered across different locations. According to the civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, the findings were horrific. Carter's head was completely severed from his body. His spinal cord and vertebrae were recovered in an entirely separate location away from his skull. Several of his bones and body parts were completely missing. Through his clothing, ATM card and phone charge were recovered. So they didn't even rob this kid. They didn't even want his money. They didn't take his ATM card. They didn't take none of his phones. The phone, they took even the fucking phone charger was recovered. They didn't even take the charger. All they wanted to do was hunt this down and murder him. That's all they wanted to do. They didn't.
Now, you got to be aware too now, dog. Like, when a person gets killed and they get dropped off in a heavily wooded area, you do know that wildlife moves the body parts around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but
deer move body parts.
but they can't decapitate your head like that.
I'm not saying that goddamn wildlife took the nigga head off. I'm saying, like, they say the spinal cord and shit like that, the flesh is only going to be active for only a couple fucking days, nigga, before you start deteriorating all the way out. So if they find a
Yeah,
bone this goddamn long, probably goddamn 25 feet away from where they found the ass bones and shit, nigga, then yeah, a dog did that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. But regardless of that, his head was severed off his fucking body. So that rules
Yeah,
out
that's
no
fucked up.
animal fucking with his head was severed off, and these are cavemen. I don't
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
towards
yeah,
no cavemen do all that type of shit. Cavemen will take your
yeah,
spinal out, they'll eat your eyeballs. These are animals you're dealing with. That is an animal.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
this is nothing that the kid could have had did to deserve that to happen to him. Bones and all that. Nah, bro. So, but this is another case of being hunted as a black male. Now, again, why are you working in a predominantly area of white men? Why don't you have your ass around some black guys? The problem is
Because he
that
was
we ain't gonna
contracted. He was contracted. He was a welder. He had skill.
refuse those areas, bro. Taylorsville, Jasper, these are places I decline. A lot of these truck drivers, bro, they tell them, like Vidor, Texas. Vidor, Texas is another racist ass area, sundown town. They tell them, hey, don't get caught after the sun is down over in these areas. So if your truck, and there's tons of cases where truckers have been killed or been murdered when they stop in these areas to go get gas, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about 2020 fucking 4, 22, 2000s. These shits is happening.
That shit.
It's just
That
not
shit
me
gets swept under the
spread.
rug. That shit gets swept under the rug because niggas ain't hearing about that shit, bro. And
No,
families
and the
not
problem
speaking
is,
out. Families ain't speaking out about it either. That's why you never hear nothing.
yeah,
Like, that's weird. Like, how niggas with trucking getting fucking killed in these country ass
killed,
towns, but
killed.
nobody knows nothing about the shit.
Nothing, nobody, and it comes out on the media. But the problem is, we don't listen, bro. This is what I'm saying about we're not organized. We're not taking precautions. Number one,
Yeah,
stop thinking that
yeah,
because you move into a better neighborhood that it's a better neighborhood. No, it's just a
yeah.
cleaner neighborhood with more evil people in it. I'd rather be in
Right.
a less nicer spot, but safe. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
have to put safety first. You look at back in the day, Ruby Bridges, all of those kids that were integrated in those schools, getting fucking spit on, getting kicked, getting dogs put on them and shit, so that they wouldn't integrate
Yeah.
into a school. Where are they at now? They not professors and shit, bro. Because guess what? They're not going to teach you nothing. They still gonna dog you out when you go in those schools. They're not going to treat you
Yeah.
fair. You're not going to teach
Yeah.
anything. So you just went through that humiliation, all that abuse, just to end up being the same that people in the hood was. Except maybe the people in the hood probably even got even better. They probably got some degrees and shit because they ain't had to go through getting
Just
spin
like
on
that
and all that.
line.
They figured the shit out. They figured the shit out on their own. We got to get more sense of pride of turning shit down. I understand the jobs. I understand all of this and that. But listen, you tell me these. First of all, Google is fucking accessible to everybody. You tell me some fucking city or state, I'm Googling that shit. And when I find
Yeah.
out it's predominantly, you can see who live there. You can see by the census what is the main people live. When I see it's nothing but cavemen living there, I'm not going.
Hey, you
Assign
know what? Let me
somebody
ask you
else
a
to that
question.
shit. You know?
Let me ask you a question. Would you be a nigga to stay in a place like North Dakota,
Hell fucking
Oregon,
no.
shit?
Not happening.
Oregon? Would you live in Oregon,
Not happening.
nigga? Me either.
Not happening. Definitely not in these racially sparked times. Right now, you're living in a pretty much a race war almost, and it looked like we losing because as always, I
Look
mean, we
like,
lost in the Civil War
look
because
like,
around we're consistently taking L's because we don't want to combat the caveman and get to his level. What the problem is we keep thinking that the caveman is not going to do what the caveman always does. He always does what he knows. He is from the caves. He only knows animal traits. He only knows how to
yeah,
attack you in an animal type of way. So why the fuck do we keep
yeah,
getting surprised when shit like this happens? He got shot in the back, hunted down like a dog, shot in the back. Then he beats the case. Now you got the kid who stabs a bully and he ends up getting 35 fucking years. He's
yeah,
self-defense. He's using self-defense. He's attacked. He gets 35 years. You got cases of police just storming into houses and shooting up black residents in there that didn't have nothing to do with anything. You got organized police terrorist groups that are actually
yep,
have been caught on video admitting to hunting black kids in the hood or black men and abusing them. There was a group that just
that's
got
right.
caught that was raping guys. Bro, they caught these black dudes. They caught some grown ass black men and raped them, dude. Police officers. They had a unit.
Nah,
They were a unit that went out and hunted black men and sexually assaulted these guys, raped them, beat them damn near to death.
that's some lame
Police
shit. Mm-mm-mm.
that
See that shit right there? That's some shit right there that'll turn the city up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, they doing that shit in the right
no, it's
spots.
not
I can tell
going
you
to
that.
they no, they're doing it in the right spots. The problem is brothers and sisters don't have the organization to combat fucking white supremacy. The only combat they have is to combat another gang member, to combat
Yeah,
another black person who they feel is inferior to whatever they got going on. They don't have the
yeah,
mindset. So that police group I was
yeah,
talking about was called the Goon Squad. These motherfuckers had a name. They called themselves the
yeah.
Goon Squad, a self-styled unit compressed of 5 former ranking country sheriff department deputies on one Richland Police Department officer. And guess where? Mississippi.
I'm smooth on that whole shit.
2023, an all-white group launched a warrantless home raid. So they didn't even have a warrant. And they
So
stormed
this shit was
into
recent.
Braxton,
This shit was
Mississippi.
recent.
In January 2023, the all-white group launched a warrantless home raid. So these terrorists, they didn't even have a warrant. They just stormed into a house targeting 2 black men, Michael Corey and Eddie Terrell. The attack was prompted by a white neighbor's complaint about black men staying at a property with a white woman. You see what I'm saying, y'all? This is the type of shit. This is what I mean when I'm saying haunting. There's cases of us being haunted. They're just, these guys were living in their apartment or living in their house, wasn't bothering nobody, but a white neighbor complained about a black man staying at a property with a white woman. What the fuck are we in, the 20s, the 40s? Why would that matter? Who cares if they stand with a white woman? But they had allegedly, we know how people lie, especially we know how the cavemen lie and the cave women. They will lie. Okay? The attack was prompted by a white neighbor's complaint about black men staying at the property with a white man. Well, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. When we're saying haunted, this is what we mean haunted. You don't have to be doing anything but walking into a store to buy some water. You don't have to be doing nothing but going to school to get ready to play a football game, baseball game, basketball game. Look at the kid that was rolled up in the mat out in Georgia. He got rolled up into the mat and just left there, organs removed out of his body. Several cases of being haunted in the U.S. You're in the United States of America where you should be safe. You're in the United States of America. Everybody talks about how safe it is. But for the black boys and the black men and black women, that's another segment. But on this topic, we're dealing with the black men and the black boys being haunted, just being killed, being lynched still, bodies parts being found. The two twins that just got killed recently and lynched. Like, come on, this is outrageous. We have to do something about it. We have to do something more than just talk about it. We have to be organized. We have to start protecting each other. We have to start being out there for each other. When you see something going on, do something opposed to sitting there recording with your phones. I mean, we got to start policing up the areas and helping each other out. We got to stop going around going solo. That's the other problem. Got to stop being solo. We got too many people that's out being solo during a time where you're being haunted. These fucking vigilante ass sheriff that call themselves the Goon Squad. Bro, they call themselves the Goon Squad, stormed into these guys' house because they got a call from a neighbor, a white neighbor, saying that black man was staying at the property with a white woman. What the fuck are we in the 50s again? You can't have a white woman over in your house. They gonna call the cops. She's over there getting too much black sausage. So now all of a sudden that warrants you to come storm into these guys' fucking house. So they come and storm in there. Check out. This was a 90-minute ordeal. Oh, goodness. The officers handcuffed the victims and subjected them to horrific physical, verbal, and sexual violence. I told you they're cavemen. Now you're doing sexual. You sexualize. You beating them. You're doing all sorts of shit. They beat the man, reportedly shocked them with stun guns, waterboarded them, used racial slurs. So for anybody out there that want to say, oh, it's not about race, racial slurs is always a part of these crimes. Every time a black boy or black man or black woman is haunted in the U.S., a racial slur was said during the ordeal. For sure. For sure. They beat the men, repeatedly shocked them with stun guns, waterboarded them, used racial slurs, and sexually assaulted them using objects. The torture accumulated when one of the deputies forced a gun into Jenkins' mouth for a mock execution and pulled the trigger, firing a live round that shattered Jenkins' jaw and lacerated his tongue. Following the shooting, the officers conspired. Liars. Of course we know what's coming next. They're going to fucking lie. They're not going to be a man shit and say, yeah, we did it. We're talking about black boys and black men being haunted in the United States. And I was just talking about the ordeal that happened to two black men who were just living in a house, wasn't doing shit, just chilling in a house. And they got a call. Their neighbor, a white neighbor, complained about black men staying at a property with a white woman. So then that made these officers, these cavemen, these terrorists, and made them storm into their house. And during 90 minutes, they beat these guys, handcuffed them, subjected them to horrific physical, verbal, sexual violence. Sexual violence. So you're sticking objects up these grown men in retaliation for them having an alleged white woman over. Then he shot. Yeah. Then he shot one of them in a woman. So now it says in August 2023, all 6 officers pleaded guilty. So first off, they lied. Let's go back to that. Following the shooting, the officers conspired to cover up the crime. And first of all, these are not officers. These are cavemen. These are savages. Following the shoot, but see how even how they relay this to the public. The officers conspired. That's not officers. That's not what an officer's supposed to do. You're not supposed to bombard the house and fucking assault you with sexual objects and use racial slurs on you because they thought you had a white woman in there. That what the fuck are we in the 50s? Is this the 60s? This shit just happened in 2023. They said the officers conspired to cover up the crime by destroying video evidence, planting a gun and methamphetamine, and filing false police reports to frame the victim. So when they say, oh, you guys are just making up excuses, maybe they did do something, maybe they had drugs. No, these motherfuckers plant all this shit on you. This is what we mean by when we say you're being hunted. These 2 guys didn't even know this shit was coming. They just woke up and here these savages bombarded their house, man. Come on. And then
I got a question.
Yeah.
This is my question. When are black men gonna learn their lesson?
On which,
like, you think about this now. Let's think about this. 1906, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Rosewood, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 23.
Mm-hmm.
1919 Chicago. We all know about Tulsa.
Yep. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
1919 DC. All these are thriving black communities. Hey, there's a bunch more.
Lake Lanier, Georgia.
Lake Lanier. All these places were destroyed by a woman. Alleged rape of a woman or some type of jealousy.
Right.
So one of my problems is, and that's why I always, I don't question the man's decision. You can do what you want to do. But I wonder how is that relationship outside that woman you fucking. Because you gon' we got to understand, we just got our freedom, bro. We ain't been free long. We're free whenever.
Well, we free to a certain extent.
I feel very free. I got to admit, I'm in a system.
Yeah. But
No, I feel pretty free. I feel pretty free.
But nobody's 100% free. Nobody's 100% free. Killed. And that's what they call communists.
I feel pretty free though. I don't know. I can't sit back and lie. I can't sit back and lie. Like in terms of the metaphor, I get it. Like I have to go to work. I have to pay my bills. So I'm a slave to a system. But I feel pretty free though. So I'm gonna tell you why. So
I would call that respect. When you go into an establishment, these motherfuckers are supposed to respect you. That's why when I said about the kid with the backpack and all that, we have to, black people, we have to get more respect. I should me the same way you treat this motherfucker over here. It goes into respect. And guess what? If you don't treat me that way, goodbye, motherfuckers. Good riddance. I'm not living in your neighborhood. I'm not eating at your stores. You got to show me the same. See, the problem is they never show us the respect because they feel like you're going to go for the disrespect. They feel like they can say. That's why you got some Asians saying, oh, we're going to take back the Chinese restaurant. Motherfucker, you ain't the only Chinese restaurant. We can go fly to Asia.
We'll make our own Chinese food. I'm telling you, hey.
So they don't feel like black people have respect for themselves because we consistently let them do these things and we don't freeze them the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? Like white people, that's one and this is one thing I want to tap in on Martin Luther King with, because a lot of people give him a lot of shit and oh yeah, Malcolm X this, Malcolm X that. Okay, I love both of these guys. Forget about it. They both
Yeah,
heroes of mine.
yeah.
Martin Luther King is the only one that was boots on ground with it though. It's opposed to my all time favorite is Panthers, is the Black Panthers, because they had the real
Oh,
lay.
they was about it.
They was about that action. But you know what they had? They were organized. They had a layout. They had the whole everything was layout. Your part. Here's the president. Here's the co-president. Here's the co-founder. Here's the chat. You got Fred Hampton over in Chicago. It was all organized. So that's what I keep saying about the problem with us. Not so much that we're pussy or nothing. It's that they're unorganized. If we organize, you're able to make some shit happen. And it's strength in numbers. Remember, these fucking neo Nazis, these MAGAs, these Proud Boys, they're not fucking tough when it's one of them. They're organized. When they organize, then the Klan. You ain't never seen one Klansman roll up.
Never seen
Have
one
you ever seen
Klansman, man.
one?
When you see one, what happened to him?
He get his ass rocked. He get his ass rocked. You're not going to see one of them. Think that is specifically on the boys, or is it the men, or is it the same? Do y'all think that they're hunting black boys and black men, or is it the same?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
So I think it don't matter. I just think it's about opportunity. Whoever they catch get caught slipping. So when they think they can catch you slipping, it's like,
I was in Georgia, CP, by the way.
yeah,
That's a
it's like, bro, like there's no way something like this is happening. Yeah, but they caught him slipping. Think about it, and then think about the many cases where we see that black people being hung by a noose, and they say he committed suicide.
right.
It's about opportunity, bro. We got one,
Yep.
and they. So I don't know. I don't even think it matters if it's male or female, bro. It's just if we
Yeah.
can catch you slipping
We
and
got
get away with it, because they can't get away with it like that no more. This is historical things that are happening in America, bro. Like this, it's always been that way. There was a lady, an old lady, bro. She was blasting on their ass. Though in Atlanta, they kicked in the wrong house. They kicked in the house. It was no knock. Kicked in the house. She started blasting at their ass. They shot her up, bro. And
yeah.
they was at the wrong house.
Yeah.
But she got a few on them though. She didn't go out like no sucker. Yeah. Yeah.
Being hunted.
This is history, bro.
Being
Yeah.
so being haunted in America, like we brought up the Emmett Till case, we can go before Emmett Till. There, a lot of people don't know about Stokely, the youngest one that they executed him. He was the youngest kid to get. Actually, they switched the shit around. It was actually about that kid. The kid was like 9 or something. It's so small he couldn't even sit in the electric chair that they put him in. They had to put phone books on there, sit him on there, and put the thing on there to electric. He got accused of raping and killing somebody. This kid's 9 doing all that. Yeah, right. They did.
But that's how you got to understand now.
There you go.
That's how they view us a lot of time. Even our women are stronger than some of them.
There you go.
So you got to remember, that's why that whole viral thing went out about black people are Vitramites. Some people actually see us like that, bro. Like, cause we too strong. I think we got to do a better job of that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I think we forget that. I'm in Germany right now, but my family's back in Atlanta. Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But man, this is just history, bro. Like it ain't gonna change, and you got to also remember that a lot. The whole Nazi thing happened in like 1940 ish. It ain't been 100 years since that. There's some people alive. They had teenagers in their militaries.
That's true.
Some people still alive.
Yeah.
We got our freedom in the 60s. There's some people with some bodies walking around right now and
Yeah.
still look at us the same, but they can't they can't say and do the same thing because of change.
Yeah.
So
You know, y'all know what another big thing is, the problem too? Everybody views us as a threat, right? We never view these other people as like for me, I view all these motherfuckers as a threat. If I see a caveman smiling, I know something is going on. I start looking around to see what the fuck is going on. Because they're not smiling unless they up to some shit. Like I don't expect them to be nothing more than what they have showed through centuries of years, decades. And we have to go back to this. A lot of people, and I was having this conversation not too long ago with a guy who was talking about, yeah, man, how bad they were doing the slaves and shit with the torture. Like now it's just coming out on social media about how, cannibalism was happening to slaves and shit. On the slave ship, they was eating them, they would kill a slave and then feed everybody on the damn boat, the slave. Bro, they was doing that shit in Europe to each other.
Using us for medicinal uses. The oil from certain parts of the body they was using in cars, bro, for
Yeah,
lubrication.
bro, but they was doing it to themselves before they got to us. They cavemen. This is what they know. Like, this is when people start looking at them at how they actually are. You look at Christopher Columbus' diary that he had when he came over and how he said he was how he viewed the people. Hey, look, they're offering us shit. They were cannibalizing them motherfuckers. They don't talk about that shit. They were eating them.
Hey, even in America though, like even in up north, in like the Massachusetts area, it used to be so cold and food was scarce, bro. They was going in the grave eating people.
In the grave, bro.
Yeah, bro.
They got the Queen Elizabeth and all the motherfuckers had skulls that they was taking and drinking out of, bro.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Like you think they're gonna have something different? They're gonna take what they do from their origin into the next place and then to the next place. So what we gotta do as black people though, we gotta get more organized as far as we gotta stop rolling. We gotta get scared. The problem is like what we said before about, CP, you asked me about, was black people pussy. Bro, listen, the problem is they not pussy enough, to be honest. When are y'all gonna get scared to be like, for me, I'm not walking around these motherfuckers by myself. Hell no. If it's a graphic where it's more of them, I'm grabbing me somebody with me. Like that poor kid that went in the gas station, right? If that poor kid had went in there with another where he got shot, yeah. Story got shot at. If he would have walked in there with another kid with him, another brother, what would you think would have happened? It's a little bit more chance they could have rocked on them motherfuckers.
Let me tell you this though. So they know that we are rebellious, bro. They know that's why they know how to attack us, and it won't be physical. That only works for so long. They attack our families, so it ain't that we're pussy. It's just throughout history we've been conditioned to think about other things when we're confronted by people outside our race. Because when we see each other, we about that time. But when we see other races, it's something in us that makes us be like, all right, I'm not gonna beat his ass right now. Because that's how it's been through history. Even how, remember, one of the main topics that we hear today is the father out the home. That was all a part of the strategy to get us away from our family, because that's how you attack a black man. You can't attack us physically. So that's why we're targeted different. And I wish a lot of our women understand how we've been targeted, because a lot of our women think they're the target. No, you're not the target. We want you to be the way you are. You're gonna continue being a woman. No matter what, they're gonna always just see them as a woman. We have to be taken away from them so they can then control them. That's why we have a lot of the I don't need the man mentality, and you know what I'm saying, I make my own money, because now they think it's all about making money, when men have always said, I want to make bread so I can take care of everybody. We don't need that mentality in the house, because that's an influence on my family. So we've always been the target, bro. They just target us different now.
Yeah. And I think right now they're taking a more tactical way at going after these young boys, because I feel like they think like the older men, like what we talked about earlier, when you get older, you're not as rebellious, right? You got more shit to lose. I'm not gonna fuck you up right now. I got my job. I got this. I got that. I'm gonna have to eat this right now. That's a good ass point, CP. And that's why I always said, you can't never trust the caveman when he's smiling, man. When that I know what's
Like Killer Mike said, show me who my enemies is. Killer Mike said, I like freedom of speech. Let them all say what they want to say.
yeah,
Show me who my enemy is.
yeah,
Because they'll work with you, especially because to make money, they'll work with you and hate you at the same time.
oh
Trust
yeah,
me. I ain't even going to talk about it because, I'm where I am. But yeah, they'll work with you when it comes to money.
yeah.
They'll get big. Hell yeah, real talk. They ain't going to let too many of y'all in there, though.
No, for
Too
sure.
many of y'all ain't going to get in there, though.
So Chicago, they had this thing that in the clubs, right, where downtown. This is why I stop partying when I go to Chicago and shit. Oh, yeah. What we got to do as black men also, and black women, as black people in general, and especially these black kids, man. I'm really trying to reach them because I feel like they are the number one threat, for them. The kids, the youth is always the threat, right? They're the easiest to manipulate. They're the easiest to trick, and they're the easiest to harm. Look at all these poor little kids that's coming up. These are boys, man. These are young boys that's being killed. The kid that was in the mat, he's fucking in high school, man. Look at the two that they found, kids that was traveling in Georgia to get ready to go somewhere. They killed them, the two twins. These are kids. So these boys are being haunted, man, and being taken out. And what I want these people to realize, what I want us to realize is it is time now to start watching your back. Stop walking around like shit ain't happening. This is the time that now we need to be coming together as much as we can, as far as even if you don't know somebody. If you see a brother getting harassed, you see a brother getting in there, step your ass in there because you thinking it's not going to happen to you. My point, it's going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Strength is in the numbers. Right now, you got a lot of these radical groups. Listen, you got to meet these cavemen where they at. As far as when y'all walking by, fuck phone bullshit and all that. If they got freedom of speech, so do we. I saw a clip of a guy who got in the face of this dude that was trying to talk all this, racial narrative shit. I hate to hear this black on black crime. Everybody's doing their own nationality like that. I don't hear nobody talking about Mexican on Mexican crime. And these motherfuckers got cartels. They got cartels, dude. That's waste.
We are the influence.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
Mexican cartels ain't influencing the world the way we do, bro. Everything we do is an influence. The way we talk, the way we walk. No matter where you from, bro. No, whatever the area you are, like we are the Kendrick Lamar had niggas crip walking in China.
Yeah.
Be for real, like we the influence.
Yeah.
That's why.
They're using first off, they don't like you anyway. It don't matter about your influence that you got so much. That influence helps them. Your influence of hip hop helps them to get paid. Because guess what? They're sitting in the acceptance realm. So they're the ones that's promoting your shit. They're the ones that's pushing your shit international. So they don't give a fuck about your influence. They're just getting paid off of it. The narrative, the black on black crime is to lose focus on what's happening right now. You are unorganized. When these guys are sitting on the side of the fucking road talking that shit, get up in their fucking face. Stop being fuck. Now this is where I'm with CP. Stop being a pussy. Get the fuck out the car. Fuck all the phone shit. Get the fuck out the car with your. Y'all got your mans in there. Just like if you was rolling through a set and you see some set that you fuck with, you gonna be talking shit, right? You ain't. You let it go time. This is what I'm trying to reach to y'all youth. Stop rolling around by yourself. Stop being caught in a vulnerable fucking position. Stop getting caught by yourself by these motherfuckers.
You got to blame the parents for a lot of this too. Now you got to remember, a lot of us we put our kid. Now I didn't do that. I moved to Fayetteville, so that's a predominantly black area right outside of Atlanta. So, but a lot of times, what do? We move to these areas that are not. You don't see but one other black person in there, and then they complain about their child being crucified at school.
There you go.
It's your fault.
There.
You could at least put them in a diverse neighborhood.
In my class.
You took them to this all non-black neighborhood. It's your fault. So the parents get you blame on that, bro.
So Me and CP was just talking about this. This is what I said. It starts at home with these predicaments. Emmett Till, Ruby Bridges, all of these youngsters, these young angels, man. Rest in peace to these nothing. They got murdered because why? A lot of this, Ruby Bridges didn't get murdered, by the way. All of that abuse. That's psychological. Do you think Ruby Bridges is still fucking, her psychological's all fucked up? I'm sure if you sit down and have a conversation with her, you need therapy after that type of shit. They had grown men out there spitting on her, grown women spitting on her. They had fucking dogs and shit out there guarding the school so she couldn't come in. We have to lift our respect. We have to start challenging white supremacy. See, that's the thing that nobody's talking about. Challenge that shit. Fuck all this. Why are we bringing phones out? I see you motherfucker out here talking. Get up in they shit. Yeah, we here and what? What you gonna do? See, that was the thing about Chud the Builder. This motherfucker went for so long until he got his ass finally checked. But see, he wouldn't have even got to that point if somebody would have put a boot up his ass in the beginning. He wouldn't have never even got to that.
Well, so all right. Better. So you got to remember though, he's choosing his target. So he's not walking around. So this is the thing. What we got to remember is with social media. A lot of time when they have content, they cut out a lot of shit. So like when you see those guys out interviewing women and they seem to always have fucked up women,
right?
They cutting out the other women.
Yeah.
Chud the Builder did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody checked him before.
Yeah.
He cut that shit out and only choosing the ones that he was able to stand there. Because, bro, it's too many of I refuse to believe that.
So, it's videos where it's other bystanders. This is what I mean about organized. See, black people think like this. And this is one of our main issues. Men are the focal point. They're the ones that's going to the wars. These are, the men is upfront charging that. So, I'm talking about these bystanders. If you see this dude, see, he wouldn't have never been able to edit a motherfucking thing if I'm standing around, because as soon as I see him talking to this dude, I'm on his ass.
Like, hold on now.
Let's look at back. Yeah, I'm on his ass. Pause. I'm on his ass. Pause. But look, if you look at New York, and this is what I'm saying about the hypocrisy of it all. Now check this out. Motherfuckers got all these rights, because I had a lot of people coming at me with my reaction videos. They were like, yeah, he got a gun on him, and oh yeah, you ain't why would you risk going to jail and all that? Hold on, my boy. There's some crash outs out here. There's billions of black crash outs. That's a fact. You look at the Spurs game, the New York, and when they went over there to New York and shit, you had motherfuckers with Spurs jerseys on, right? They walking around minding their motherfucking business with a Spurs jersey on. And what was these crash outs doing? Take it off. Whooping their ass. Take the jersey off. Forget about it. They were fucking whooping dudes left and right out there. I don't want to hear that shit. Chud supremacy comes up and you got nothing? Yeah. There you go. Perfect example. Historical. One of the best moments in black history was the combat on combat. White supremacy. You can't look at it as one black guy is into it, or yeah, he's getting videoed with no. He is us. When he's getting disrespected, I'm disrespected. You know what I'm saying? That's why the dominant society can move the way they move. Swimming to yeah. And you and you telling me with Chud the Builder, the other dude that's trying to be like him, and all these racial motherfuckers that come out spitting all that, you mean to tell me nobody is willing to knock this motherfucking camera out his head? Even the cameraman was using racial slur. I'm knocking the cameraman ass out, and I'm knocking the next dude out.
So you just gonna turn our ring and just slap everybody.
I'm saying, hey, Zo, the first thing is getting knocked out your hand is the camera. Ain't no evidence. Cameraman getting knocked out. After the cameraman, I'm on the next dude's ass. So I mean, when we start addressing white supremacy with the way that it's supposed to be addressed, and I'm not inciting violence. I'm not saying to go around and look for these motherfuckers. What I'm saying is, when they come to you, put your fucking phone away. Get busy. Put your phone away. Get busy. You see somebody that's getting police brutality put on them, like the guy who, like we go back to Floyd, where Floyd was, when the guy had his knee on his neck. I'm sorry, somebody's supposed to jump on the top of that. Somebody got to push him off. Somebody got to push him off. You can't stand there and video record. Somebody could have came behind, and it was only two of them. We outnumber most of the time in these neighborhoods that they come and get you at. We outnumbering them. We got to start thinking more on tech. I'm gonna give you some props up, and I want y'all to go look, especially the viewers out here too. And shout out to the viewers. I see the viewers on here that we got. Listen, I want y'all to go on your free time and go look at the freedom fighters. Look at the white freedom fighters, and look at back in the day when police brutality was even worse than what it is now, because it was in the open. You know, they just billy club your ass. They go upside your motherfucking head, right. Hey, they Billy Club, yo, look, this is Rodney King ass whooping type shit back then. You know what I'm saying? Like right off. You know what I'm saying? So if you go back and look at the white freedom fighters, one of the main things they used to always do was they would jump on top to and pound on top so that you just wasn't Billy clubbing this one black dude to death. Everybody got a sacrifice. Everybody's on, and I'm not saying that, and so they would come in swinging and whooping the cops' ass, but they would protect and come to make sure that you didn't kill the black dude or the black woman that they had. This is the type of stuff that has to go. We have to look at more of a approach of we got to protect each other. Saw in that gas station, if you look at the video in that gas station, there's a black dude or a mixed guy standing in there when that kid came in there and they start chasing him. There was a guy standing in there. Like when you see some shit escalating, and I get it, a lot of people is afraid and all that, and this is where the pussy shit comes in. Don't be afraid to do that, but then go to New York, you're not afraid to rip a dude up out his jersey. You know what I'm saying? Don't. You know, yeah. Mhm. No, I don't honor that. No, I don't honor that. You got to do something. Yeah, that's the problem. That you know what? Those are the same motherfuckers see kids get abducted. You know what I'm saying? When they be doing them social experiments where a motherfucker pick up a kid and go run off with the kid, and motherfuckers be like, hey, and just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? That's not my problem. That's not my kid. If you see injustice happening, if you yeah, well, they never have, bro, and that's
Well, that's a part of breaking up the family type deal. So everybody became more. Yeah, back in not too long ago, we used to have family reunion, go to each other's house, don't even need a key, and it's like the more older we've gotten, we've become more separate, bro. That's all a part of the plan. Just break up the family. The black family is powerful, bro. But you break us up, then we in turmoil.
and injustice is injustice, CP. Everything is a habit. You know what I mean? It starts somewhere. So it starts with that mindset. Oh, that nigga just don't got nothing to do with me. It's injustice. Now it'll be something different if the dude comes in, he's the aggressor. If he come in there and he's the aggressor, hey, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, my boy. You came in here on some bullshit. But I'm talking about injustice. You see a kid, that guy was older than that kid, number one. You saw a kid in there being harassed, being threatened, and then being chased. Nah, bro, you gotta stand for something or you're gonna fall for everything. And now the next thing is you see a kid get abducted. Oh, and maybe all the excuses start coming. Maybe that is his kid. Maybe that is blah, blah, blah. You see a man slapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, he didn't draw the gun until they chased him outside. He didn't pull out the gun. This is the thing that I'm saying. Yeah, you're right on that, but that's human anatomy. No human knows how they're gonna react with gunfire until it happens. So that's not even a race thing. Yeah, how you think people that get robbed, right? And they got a gun on them and they get robbed still. Like it's the human anatomy. It's situational awareness. Everything plays into this shit. The biggest thing I think is, like I said, situational awareness. Because number one, as soon as the guy saw that they was attacking that kid, you got two ways. You could have intervened and been like, "Hey, yo, yo, wait, 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 wait. He don't have no water on him." You have to be a part of the solution, man. And you got to be a part of the solution when it's your people. Now, the next person, you're gonna de-escalate any situation. Like for me, I'll probably de-escalate it, even if it was a white kid or any kid. I would probably, de-escalate it. But I'm gonna be on the line for sure when it's a brother of mine or a sister. Like that's a brother or a sister of mine. So it's a family thing. Yeah. Like you mean
Not no more. Not no more.
no, not black
We,
people.
we used to be the majority minority. Now Mexicans have overtaken.
Yeah, Hispanics is number one.
Yeah, Hispanics. They got us now.
But even with that, but here's what I want to get back to though, guys. Here's another thing that I want to kind of bring up. That these situational things and these reactions come from the man himself, right? It's the individual themselves. Some people go along with life and they see shit happen and they like, that's not my problem. I'm not getting involved, right? And then you got some other motherfuckers that will get involved. What I'm saying is niggas need to start getting involved. I understand you might have been brought up to mind your own business. I understand you might not feel the connection to other black people that you should. But listen, at this time, it is a hunt for black men and black boys. It's proven in the numbers, it's proven in the facts. Wake y'all asses up. I don't give a fuck about all that mind your own business shit from back in the day. We in this day now. And this, you need to help out. It's your responsibility. If you're in a store and you see some kid getting harassed, a black kid is being racially profiled, instruct that kid to leave the store. Both of y'all get the fuck out the store. Fuck that store. Go to the next store. Get some pride. Get some pride. That's all it boils down to. If they don't want you in the store, get the fuck out of there and start boycotting. What I have forgot to touch on with Martin Luther King was he brought up one of the best things that ever was that actually worked. That was the boycotting shit. Malcolm X couldn't really get busy. Malcolm X was just talking a lot of shit, but he couldn't really get busy because he was under the Nation of Islam. He couldn't really start doing what he needed to do, which is boots on ground, until he left the Nation of Islam, and that's when they definitely killed him after that because they knew he didn't have no more puppet strings on him. You know what I'm saying? But Martin wasn't going with, he didn't have nobody stopping him from going to do what he needed to do. So he fucked up integration at that time. He fucked up, which he admitted. He said he left.
I disagree with that.
You think, okay. But he even said that he led his people into a burning building. Now, what do you disagree with integration? What do you think that helped with? What did that help with during that time frame?
Well, integration meant that we was able to move more freely throughout the country, bro. Like during those times, because I hear that a lot. A lot of people talk about we should have stayed segregated. Do you realize that that kid being shot, that was not have been a trial? They was hunting us down, bro.
Yeah. But
and also, what don't get talked about without a lot of our thriving communities, they were strangling our communities financially. So the monies that we brag about that stayed in our communities, it helps sooner or later it's gonna leave. We needed the outside resources to help us keep our communities. So a lot of things don't get talked about. Like we needed outside money because we got to make deals. You can't. There's no place on earth that don't need outside help unless you like these little small little towns and countries that living in villages and things of that nature. But you're gonna always need outside influence of money, especially money.
But you can do that from afar, though. You don't have. What I'm talking about with integration part was the integration is eating in the restaurants that they wanted, that they did not want to serve you in. How did that help the community? They had. Yeah, I mean, Martin Luther King was trying to integrate. So when what he was integrating, and he even admitted this, he led his people into a burning building because integration and what you're talking about, that's two different things. You can be in your own neighborhood and still working together. But the fact of it is, if you don't want me eating in your restaurant, I'm not going to sit down. They had literally sit downs where they would come sit in a restaurant that said no blacks allowed, no niggers allowed to be exact. And as they say that, you would sit down and refuse to leave. And they would beat you over the fucking head, spit in your food, yada, 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 to get the fuck out of there. It's integrating. Also want to integrate the school. What happened when they integrated the schools? Not a fucking thing, except emotional damage. Those kids still didn't get an education. They still had to get the fuck out of the school eventually. They just went through abuse to it. And they got humiliated, spit on, shit on, hoses fired off. All of that shit was unnecessary. The boycotting is what made they ass change everything. The civil rights movement is what pushed it. The integration part is a part that you didn't really need that. You needed to focus more on the boycotting. And they only was able to do the boycotting, I think, one time with the buses and shit. And that changed the whole dynamic. Because remember, with the boycotting, now they wasn't making no money. They didn't force you to sit in the back now. Now you can sit anywhere on the bus. These are the boycotting things. The same with the houses. You don't want to buy why you want to integrate a neighborhood where you're in a house and your fucking house is being torched? Every day you're living amongst people who don't want you there. That's wrong. But the business.
Well, I don't think that MLK was referencing integration, meaning we shouldn't do it. I think he was referencing the fact that the economy was already just fucked up in general. Granted, we were being discriminated and all those things, but the American economy was jacked up also. But he also mentioned that we have to have a fireman mentality, meaning we got to put the fire out also, meaning we have to fix whatever the economy is going through. So it's a few layers about it. So he did say that, yeah, I brought these folks into a bunch of mess, but we was getting fucked up. Bro. I wouldn't want to go back to a time where I can just get home and they take a postcard.
Yeah.
So it's twofold. You think they scared of you being gangster?
Yeah, right.
I'm a Goody Mob said it like this. Nigga, you gotta get, they make them gates. They got some shit that'll blow out your back from where we stay at. Nigga, you think they care about you being gangster? They want
Yeah.
you to be gangster.
Yeah.
They the king of that shit.
King of it. And see, people, we're still,
And that's how your family gets destroyed. Right there. That's what they want.
listen, guys, we're living in that right now. What are we talking about? The postcards is Instagram. The postcards is Facebook. You just saw a nigga rolled up in a mat.
I didn't even think about that. Hell yeah.
Bro, they're lynching people right fucking now. As we speak. They just had a dude with his dick in his mouth, bro. They cut his fucking head off and put his dick in his mouth and said it was suicide. Bro, we're living in it right now. That's why I'm saying, yeah, it's the case that it's another case of a kid that was out in, I think, Mississippi or either Georgia, and they cut his head off. They found his dick in his mouth, and it's fucking. No, bro. I dislike the South, the way it's rolling right now, because these are the cases where it's happening. This is the place where they embrace the Confederate flag. Come on, the history just repeats. It's
But see that.
they had.
Oh no, hell no.
They had. No, remember? No, Biden. They had.
No, it could be banned, but you got to remember that there are people that are loyal, bro. We got to remember there are people that are loyal to that flag, and a lot of people that are still alive. Some people are just a grandparent away from that, you know. You know what I'm saying? So that flag ain't gonna die no time soon, bro.
Yeah, but
that's why I tell everybody there's Atlanta and then there's the South. Yeah, outside of Atlanta, you chancing things, bro.
There you go.
They're being real.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, to this day, we have sundown towns still. You got areas where you can't drive or you'll be killed because you black.
Sundown towns, yep.
Sundown. You still got those. You still areas. You still got stores now that you can't go in. That's still, bro. This is the same shit. It's just being done in a different way. A lot of brothers say, "Oh yeah, we ain't gonna go back to this, and we ain't gonna." Nigga, we in it. And I'm looking at y'all. Y'all not responding like how y'all say y'all will respond. When you got a group of MAGA or you got a group of fucking neo-Nazis standing on the side of the highway and nobody has whooped their ass, nah, nigga, you finna be back into the same shit that was back then. In fact, the people that was, it should be reversed. If you had the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings in this day and time, them motherfuckers will be able to really get some shit done. So check it out. There's cases of motherfuckers beating some ass and getting down on it. You like, number one, see, and this is what I mean about organized. Black people need to be teaching. This is the starter pack that needs to be being brought out. You should have a lawyer that you have on deck. You should always have some type of lawyer that's on deck. Number two, silence. They say it when they read you your memorandums, right? When anytime a police officer gets over there, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in the court of law. So already they telling your ass, you can shut the fuck up and not say nothing, because if you do say something, we're going to use that shit on your ass, right? You should have a lawyer on deck. You should be briefing to be silent when you get pulled over. Number three, stop talking to these motherfuckers. It's a lose-lose case already. When they pull you over, when they start asking you shit, don't say shit. Okay, where's my ticket? That's it. Where's my ticket? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got shit to talk about. Because why'd you pull me over, police officer? We don't got shit to talk about. You probably pulled me over because you're racially profiling. That's fucking obvious. You know what I'm saying? Give me my ticket, fight this shit in court. What they tell you in the military, battle buddy system. Niggas should stop walking around out here in these streets by your motherfucking self. Unless you in these foreign countries where it's not as radical against you. In the U.S., get your ass armed. Get your ass armed. You should have some type of self-defense weapon on your ass. Get some mace. Get some motherfucking brass knuckles. Nigga, get something. But don't be out here. Get some brass. Hey, look, old school. Get you some brass knuckles. Get you something. Get your motherfucking pot. Get some mace. Hey, that nigga Chud the Builder.
Don't play with that mace, boy. Hey.
That nigga Chud the Builder.
Hey, that mace will change your life, boy.
It changed your life. Get you some of that bear. What Chud the Builder had? He had that bear fucking mace.
Some of that mace.
Yeah.
That's straight too, boy.
Hey, put that motherfucker on your hip if you got to go alone. But you got to get smart. You can't be walking around here getting lynched. It's 2026. Niggas is getting lynched. It's happening. Niggas is lynched. What do you mean they're not going for it? It's happening. Every other day, niggas getting lynched. So, like, and nobody's doing nothing about it except talking on social.
I like that though. I like that though, and we got to start teaching our kids that mainly, bro. Quit
Yeah.
going everywhere by yourself.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's a lesson learned.
Yeah. But see, but this is the problem, CP. We only have these ideologies and these protection methods amongst each other. That's us going to our neighborhoods. But what about Skokie? What about these suburbs? That's where you need the shit at. The suburban areas is where you need the mace. The suburban
Yeah,
areas is where you need the fucking the protection. Not I mean each other, but I'm more afraid of going to a party with all white motherfuckers than I am all black motherfuckers. I know we gonna be in there throwing hands, some gang politics, off of some neighborhood shit, but we ain't fighting because we black. This
yeah. Well, you just reminded me. You remember like the video of the kid that drowned, and they was just watching him. He went with his friends.
there you go.
They was just watching him drown. They ain't even trying to save him. They supposed to be his homeboy. That shit was wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happened in real life. There's a video of it. They sent the video in. That's how crazy. That's how crazy they don't care no more. They don't even care no more. They'll watch you drown and then send the video so it can be shown to the world.
social media clout. But
Damn, you just hit me with that postcard shit. That's another
it's a postcard, bro. The same.
shit.
We're still living in the same shit, bro. It's just a different type of way. So we have to get organized. We got to get protected. We need to be armed. If you are able to get a registered fucking weapon, you should have it. If you can't, get your ass a bottle of that mace. The women, why the fuck are y'all going out with no mace and no, yo, they got tasers. You can taser a motherfucker. There's all type.
They got a taser that you can shoot.
You can shoot that motherfucker. There's all yo, they got the shit, the little pocket joint where if they try to hit you, you can zap them up like that. Bro, why are we walking around unprotected? You know why? If you see these other people.
I think it depends on where you are.
Yeah, that's a good ass question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 or 3 different lifestyles. Shit. They do two or three different lives. I mean, this dude. 1 minute he Filipino. Next minute he Arab. Next minute he this nigga everything.
yeah. I be mobbing around in the U.S. You know, when I go home to San Antonio, I tear that shit up. I tear.
He be chilling, yo.
Yeah, if you're moving around, organization, you got to be organized. You got to be prepared. You got to be situational awareness. So a lot of these spots, like when I was living in the Arab world, and I talk about this all the time, motherfuckers don't understand that them niggas hate your ass. They hate black motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Arabs, they hate
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Majority of them not like black motherfuckers. And a lot of times we talk about the European transatlantic slave trade, right? But we don't talk about the Arabic one. Bro,
Shit, they start.
they started that shit. They was auctioning motherfuckers up. They still over there in Libya, they auctioning niggas off. They selling your asses over there in Libya. Like they have a anti-black mindset for sure. But you have to know where you at and know where to move and where to be at. So safer, no. I would say targeted wise, not as much. Because in these foreign countries, it's about American shit. Now, black, they still fucking over the Africans. They still fucking over, other black motherfuckers like that. But as an American black, you're able to, you could get more leverage because they're looking at that passport. This is a blue passport. He's an American. The cavemen started that mentality of, oh, they're not American, they black. Oh, we're white. Oh, we're this, we're that. That's a caveman's prospect. Everywhere else in the world, yeah, American is American. If you're American, you're gonna get some leverage.
I ain't trying to glaze, but that's what drew me to Kashi though. Like his personality. When I first met him, I was like, bro, you remind me of my. I'm talking about. I know this dude was up to 3:00 in the morning last night, and he come into work still smiling. I was like, bro, you remind me of my cousin. He ain't gonna let you know when shit bothers.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I can't be me, and I think this is Kashi's mentality too, just from being around him. If I can't be me, I'm not gonna be happy. So that's what drew me to.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Coming from the hood,
Both of y'all.
bro.
Yeah.
Coming from the hood, bro, we still got that shit in our mind. We just got to turn that little nigga off sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to be like, all right, bro, chill. Like, chill, bro. We ain't trying to do that right now.
For real.
Don't fuck up the money.
We got a lot of contractors that went over there, and I appreciate both of y'all too, by the way, man. It's much love for y'all. I feel the same about you. That's what gravitated me to y'all, man. I gravitate to real purity, man. Pure souls, bro. I'm a spiritual dude. It's got to be purity, man. And not only are the black men and black boys being haunted, but there's also a war between good and evil. When you go places, your spirit is either going to connect or it's going to disconnect, and it's going to disconnect the evil that is against what you stand for. They don't even have to know you. They just going to see the light, and they don't want no parts of that shit. And now I've become the same with the evil shit. If I sense an evil spirit, I'm the fuck gone. I don't even give it a chance. I don't even try to change. I'm not here to try to change you. Nah, we ain't on the same path. I'm out. You know what I mean? But but you two, y'all brothers, man, I'm proud of y'all. I'm extremely proud of y'all. Like I said, I know both of y'all very well. CP, I grew up. This is my brother from another. I already seen your fight, your struggle, how you've changed the game, how you change it, and it's all a mental state. Same with Zoe. I seen how Zoe took over things and recreated shit and was put in situations, but got out of it and did it the way that he's supposed to do it. That's how we do it as far as that non-defeated type of attitude too. Like when you said about going to these other countries, bro, I go to these countries and I dissect everything and I get in where I would fit in. Where you're going to win is where you got to be. I started seeing the Arab world was just not my thing. I started saying, yo, I got to get the fuck up out of here because their mindset, I was feeling like I was caged in. I can't be me. You know what I'm saying? They got too many rules. These motherfuckers is too strict. So before I get myself in trouble, you know what I'm saying, and haul off and slap out of one of these. Yeah, I had to bounce. I'm like, yo, I'll try something else. And it's a role reversal. Over here in Israel, bro, you don't hear the racism as much. Even if it is somewhere around here. I don't know. It could be. Racism is every fucking where. Everybody's got some prejudice. We all prejudice. We all know that each race has something that we don't like or that we don't fuck with. That's just humans, prejudice. But racism takes it up to another notch. Racism is I'm better than you because I'm this color. I'm better than you because I'm this race. So when you get over here, yeah, there's prejudice, but there's not racism that I've really came upon. Like no niggas like treating you different because you this. The US, you can get in where you fit in over there too. You just can't push where you ain't supposed to be. If you go to a neighborhood predominantly white, expect those phone calls. Expect the police to be showing up to your fucking house asking you about the music, asking you about expect that because you're not in your territory. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Yeah. 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 I told y'all, man, and we'll wrap it up like this. And we'll go around the table for the last statement. We got to stay protected. We got to protect one another. At this time, black people need to get armed legally, of course, get armed. If you cannot get armed for whatever reason, you need to get some type of self protection type of mechanism. You need some mace, you need brass knuckles, you need a pocket knife, you need some way to protect yourself because right now there is, and not just right now, it's always been, but I'm saying right now because this is the era we living in. It's not that much different than the eras that already passed where they was killing you, where they was hunting you down, where it was injustice. All of this shit has been going on. We got to get organized. We got to start speaking up. If we got to diffuse situations, we got to get back to demanding respect. When you start demanding your respect, you'll see that you'll have a lot less issues because you won't be in these predicaments. When a person don't want you in a store, get the fuck out of here. Fuck them. We don't have to subject ourselves to racism, discrimination, profiling. We don't have to accept that shit. It's too many fucking stores in the world. It ain't like back in the 50s and 60s where they had one store. You got tons. Yeah. 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 Get some respect for yourself. Don't go in, if you getting racially profiled, leave the store. I keep seeing videos all over TikTok and shit where motherfuckers is being racist to them and they got the TikTok video. Hey, he just being racist to me. Fuck this piece of shit. Do y'all know that nowadays that you can sue these motherfuckers for discrimination, for a racism? You can sue them. It was a lady just hit their ass off for a cool couple million because they didn't want to pump her gas. They refused to pump her gas and they was pumping everybody else's gas, but refused to pump hers because she was black. So she said, okay, took a picture of their shit, got the badge, got him on video saying, hey, he would not pump the gas. She said, hey, you don't want to pump the gas? Why? Because I'm black? Okay, you don't? Okay. And she left. And guess what? She sued their ass and got a couple million. This is how you hurt them. You hurt them in their pockets. Now with all this yip, 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 yapping and all that shit, that don't do nothing but just make you look like you begging to be in an establishment that don't want you in there. Every establishment has the right to refuse you. Also, that's another thing y'all gotta remember. You could get refused, but if it is discrimination or if it's racism, you can sue their ass. But why would you want to eat in the place anyway? Once you don't want me in there, I'm out of there. I don't think you finna cook my shit right anyway. I don't want the fucking food anyway now. Forget about it. So respect. Okay, hey, I love you too, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep holding it down, man. Respect. Yeah, respect, protection. What's your last word, CP? Goddamn right. Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys, stop being a victim out here, man. You're being victims, man. And yeah, we got everything against us, but guess what? We got God. That's all we need. That's all we need. So protect yourself. Zoe, what you got?
Man, y'all made some good points, bro. Like my biggest thing is whatever we do, it can't be onesies and twosies because it ain't a revolution or a movement never starts with one person. There may be an action, but it has to be a group. So we just have to be more organized. You see, they got the whole Asian community boycott going on right now, which is working. They was like, don't look at it as a boycott, look at it as a transfer of wealth. So I think whatever we do, we have to do it together. Like we got to be on that like clockwork. So
Mm-hmm.
just got to come together and be more organized, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, my man. Hey, absolutely, bro. We'll make the change. We got to make the change. We got to start rolling in and battle buddy teams. All this being by yourself, this is not the time for that shit. Oh, this is back in the day right now. You got people
Yeah.
lynched. The fact that we saying that there's sundown towns and people are still getting lynched is unbelievable. There should be no topic that we are talking about in the community other than these two things. You're being lynched. We're being lynched. They went from the police brutality. Well, we got both of them going on simultaneously. Police brutality. You got the police killing you. You got the radicals out here now. And now they're getting stronger with their groups of hate groups. They got more terrorist groups. We call it like what it is. They're terrorist groups. You got the Klan that can move around. You got the neo Nazis that's moving around. You got the MAGAs that's moving around. You got the Proud Boys that's moving around. There's several terrorist groups that are out here to cause damage to the black community specific. So start acting accordingly. Make sure y'all get yourself armed. Make sure you're rolling in battle buddy teams and make sure you pray. That's number one. Keep praying. Keep that faith. Stay close to God. And listen, we gonna be all right. In the words of your boy K Dot, we gonna be all right.
You know, we got,
My
we
man,
got no choice.
how you on there, brother? I'ma holler at you, bro.
All right, dude.
Yeah.